8th Standard Mathematics, Chapter 6, Factors of Algebraic Expression, Module 3. Rational algebraic expression. If A and B, suppose they are two algebraic expressions, then A upon B is called a rational algebraic expression. Let us understand and simplify a rational algebraic expression. If you see this example, the numerator is an algebraic expression and the denominator is also an algebraic expression. So in together, this fraction becomes a rational algebraic expression. So now we have to simplify and solve this particular rational algebraic expression. So now if you note the second step, it is x squared. We'll find out the solution. So in the numerator, we have x squared minus 9y squared. And in the denominator, we have x cubed minus 27y cubed. So we know 9 that we have in the numerator. 9 is a square of 3 and 27 is a cube of 3. So we'll rewrite the numerator. So if you see here, we'll rewrite the numerator as x the whole bracket square minus 3y the whole bracket square, and the denominator will rewrite it as x cube minus 3y the whole bracket cube. As we know, 27 is a cube of 3. Now if you see the numerator, it is of the form a squared minus b squared, and we know the formula a squared minus b squared formula is a plus b, a minus b. And the denominator is of the form a cube minus b cube, and we know the formula of a cube minus b cube as well, that is a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. Now we'll use the two formulas and we'll expand. So in the numerator, if you see, it becomes x plus 3y into x minus 3y, and in the denominator, by using this a cube minus b cube formula, we have x minus 3y into x squared plus 3xy plus 9y squared. Now if you see, x minus 3y and this x minus 3y will get cancelled, and finally you will be left with x plus 3y upon x squared plus 3xy plus 9y squared. So this is my solution of the rational algebraic expression. Let us solve a few more sums of practice set 6.4. We have to simplify, and these are the two formulas that we'll be requiring. The first formula is a square minus b square, that is a plus b into a minus b. And the second formula we'll be requiring is a cube minus b cube, that is a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So the sum is m square minus n square upon m plus n the whole bracket square into m square plus mn plus n square upon m cube minus n cube. Now let us solve one by one. So if you see here, m square minus n square, we'll use the formula a square minus b square and expand it. So this becomes here m plus n into m minus n. If you look at the denominator is m plus n the whole bracket square. So here what we'll do is, we'll write it as m plus n into m plus n, because m plus n is twice. If you see the another expression, m square plus mn plus n square, will write it as it is. And in the denominator, it is m cube minus n cube. So we'll use this formula, a cube minus b cube formula, and we'll expand this. So this becomes m minus n into m square plus mn plus n square. Now if you look here, this m plus n and this m plus n will get cancelled, and this numerator m square plus mn plus n square, and in the denominator m square plus mn plus n square will get cancelled. Similarly, this m minus n and this m minus n will get cancelled. The only thing remaining is m plus n here, which is in the denominator. So your final answer is 1 upon m plus n. So the solution of this algebraic expression is 1 upon m plus n. Let us see the second sum. The second expression, rational algebraic expression, is a squared plus 10a plus 21 upon a squared plus 6a minus 7 into a squared minus 1 upon a plus 3. Now, if you see the numerator of this, that is a square, the first expression, that is a square plus 10a plus 21. This is our quadratic trinomial, and we will expand this quadratic trinomial by the same way that we solved sums in exercise 6.1. So if you see here, we have 21 in the last term, and 21 we have to split into two such numbers, that after multiplying those two numbers you get 21, and after adding or subtracting you get the middle term. So if you see, if I take 7 and 3, 7 multiplied by 3 will give me 21, and 7 plus 3 will give me 10, and 10 is there in the middle term. So we'll solve this. This becomes x square plus a square plus, instead of the middle term, we'll write our two new terms, that are 7 and 3. So this becomes plus 7a plus 3a plus 21. Then you take pairing. In the first pair, a is common, so this becomes a plus 7. In the second pair, 3 is common, again this becomes a plus 7. So here we have a plus 7 into a plus 3. So that is done here. We'll do the expansion, and then you see in the next term we have a plus 7, a plus 3. Similarly, if you see in the denominator, that is for the next term, that is a square plus 6a minus 7. Similarly, we'll do the expansion here. 7 is in the minus 7 is the last term here, and minus 7 we have to split into two such numbers, that after multiplying we get minus 7, and after adding we should get 6. So you see, if you take 7 and if you take minus 1, 7 multiplied by minus 1 will be minus 7, and 7 minus 1 will give you plus 6, which is there in the middle term. So we can split this, a square plus 7a minus 1a minus 7. Then we pair it. So the first pair a is common, so a plus 7. Second pair minus 1 will be common, we have a plus 7. So here we have a plus 7 into a minus 1. And now if you look at this expression, a square minus 1, so this we can write it as a square minus 1 square. And this is of the form a square minus b square, and we can just expand it as a minus 1, a plus 1. So that is how we get this. The denominator a plus 3 as it is. So now if you see the numerator, that is factors of the first term, a plus 7, a plus 3, and the denominator, that is factors of the term, that is a plus 7, a minus 1, that is here. And this term, this as it is, a plus 1, a minus 1 upon a plus 3. Now if you see, this and this a plus 3 will get cancelled, a plus 7, a plus 7 cancelled, a minus 1 and this a minus 1 cancelled. And we are left with only a plus 1 in the numerator. So the answer of this expression is a plus 1. If we see the third sum, is 8x cubed minus 27y cubed upon 4x square minus 9y square. Now here we know the cube of 8 is 2. So the first term we write it as 2x the whole bracket cube. The cube of 27 is a cube of 3. So this will write it as 3y the whole bracket cube. In the denominator, if we see, we have 4x square minus 9y square. So 4 we know it is a square of 2. So that we can replace it as 2x the whole bracket square. And 9 is a square of 3. So that we can replace it as 3y the whole bracket square. Now if you see the numerator, it is of the form a cube minus b cube. And the denominator is of the form a square minus b square. We know formula a cube minus b cube. A cube minus b cube is a minus b, a square, plus ab plus b square. And we also remember the formula of a square minus b square, and that is a minus b, a plus b. So we'll expand the numerator a cube minus b cube formula, so that becomes 2x minus 3y into a square, so 2x the whole bracket square, plus a into b, so that is 2x into 3y, plus b square, that is 3y the whole bracket square. And the denominator will use a squared minus b squared formula. So that becomes 2x plus 3y into 2x minus 3y. So if you see, we'll just simplify this part here. So this becomes 4x squared plus 2x into 3y will give you 6xy plus 9y squared. Now if you see, this 2x minus 3y and this 2x minus 3y will get cancelled. And you are left with 4x squared plus 6xy plus 9y squared upon 2x plus 3y. So this is my solution. Let us see the fourth sum. The fourth sum expression is x squared minus 5x minus 24 upon x plus 3 x plus 8 into x squared minus 64 upon x minus 8 the whole bracket square. Now if you see, the numerator of the first expression is x squared minus 5x minus 24. Now this we will expand. So if you see here, we have minus 24. So minus 24 we have to split into two such numbers that after multiplying we get minus 24, and after adding we get a middle term that is minus 5. So you see, if you take 8 and 3, 8 multiplied by 3 will give you minus 24, and minus 8 plus 3 will give you minus 5, which is the middle term. So we'll expand this. So this becomes x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 24, and then you do the pairing. In the first pair, x is common, so this becomes x minus 8. In the second pair, 3 is common, again we get x minus 8 inside the bracket. So the factors are x minus 8 and x plus 3. So if you see, and now this 64 is a square of 8. So in place of 64, we'll write it as 8 the whole bracket square. Now if you see here, the steps here is same as whatever I have explained in this portion here. And this here will use a squared minus b squared formula, and that becomes x plus 8, x minus 8. And in the denominator, we have x minus 8 the whole bracket square, so that we can write it twice, that is x minus 8 into x minus 8. And finally, the factors I have written, that is x plus 3. If you see here, x plus 3, x minus 8 is a factor, so that we have written here x plus 3, x minus 8. And this as it is, x plus 8 into x minus 8 upon x minus 8 into x minus 8. Now this x plus 3 and this x plus 3 will get cancelled. This x minus 8 and this x minus 8 cancelled. This x plus 8 and this x plus 8 cancelled. And this x minus 8 and this x minus 8 will get cancelled. So everything is getting cancelled. So only thing that will be left is 1. So the answer of this expression is 1. Let us see the fifth sum. The fifth sum is 3x squared minus x minus 9 upon x squared minus 7x plus 12 divided by 3x squared minus 7x minus 6 upon x squared minus 4. So the first step is, in the numerator, the first expression, if you see, this is 3x squared minus x minus 2, and this is a quadratic polynomial. If you multiply the first term with the last term, so here it is 3 and the last term is 2, 3 into 2 you will get 6. Now 6 you have to split into two such numbers, that after multiplying those two numbers you get 6, and after adding you should get the middle term, and in this case the middle term is minus 1. So if you take minus 3 and 2, so minus 3 multiplied by 2 will give you 6, and minus 3 plus 2 will give you minus 1. So we split the middle term in the numerator as 3x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 2 upon, similarly if you see in the denominator, we have x squared minus 7x plus 12. So here it is just 12. Now 12 you have to split into two such numbers, that after multiplying we get 12, and after adding we should get minus 7. So if you take minus 4 and minus 3, So minus 4 multiplied by minus 3 will give you plus 12. And minus 4 minus 3 will give you minus 7. So the denominator is expanded in this way, which is x squared minus 4x minus 3x plus 12 divided by, now if you see the numerator of this expression, it is 3x x squared minus 7x minus 6. If you multiply 3 into 6, you'll get 18. 3 into 6, 18. Minus 18, so because this is a minus sign here. Now minus 18 you have to split into two such terms that after multiplying those numbers you should get minus 18, and after adding you should get the middle term, and in this case the middle term is minus 7. So you see, if you take the two terms, minus 9 and plus 2, minus 9 into 2 will give you minus 18, and minus 9 plus 2 will give you minus 7. So the numerator will become 3x squared minus 9x plus 2x minus 6. And now in the denominator, if you see here, we have x squared minus 4. So x squared minus 4, you can, as we know, 4 is a square of 2. So instead of 4, we'll write 2 squared. Now, in each of the terms, we just have to pair and take out common terms. And in this part here, x squared minus 2 squared, we will be using the formula a squared minus b squared and expanding it. So you will see, if in the next step, look at the numerator. In the numerator, from the first two terms, we have taken 3x common, and inside the bracket will be left with x minus 1. In the next two term, in the next pair, if you see, we have taken 2 common, and inside the bracket will have x minus 1. Similarly, in the denominator, from the first two terms, if we will take x common, inside the bracket will be left with x minus 4. And in the next two term, in the next pair, if you see, 3 is common, so we'll take minus 3 outside, and inside the bracket will be left with x minus 4. Similarly, in the numerator over here, from the first pair, we'll take 3x common, and inside the bracket will be left with x minus 3. And in the next term, in the next pair, we'll take 2 common, and inside the bracket will be left with x minus 3. Here in the denominator, we have used a squared minus b squared formula, and that becomes x plus 2 into x minus 2. Now, we just have to write it together. So in the numerator of the first expression, we'll have 3x plus 2 into x minus 1. In the denominator, we'll have x minus 4 into x minus 3. In the next expression, we'll have x minus 3 and 3x plus 2. And this denominator, x plus 2, x minus 2 as it is. Now this division, we need to divide. So first what we'll do is, this division sign will convert it into multiplication sign. Now when you convert this division sign into multiplication sign, the expression or the rational expression which is towards the right hand side will change. So you will have to take the reciprocal. So whatever is in the numerator will go in the denominator, and whatever is in the denominator will go in the numerator. So this changes to this first term, first rational expression as it is. So first 3x plus 2 upon x minus 1 upon x minus 3 into x minus 4, this as it is. Division sign changed to multiplication sign. When you change this, the next term, that is this term, you will take the reciprocal. So if you see, whatever was in the numerator here, I wrote here in the denominator, and whatever was in the denominator here came in the numerator. So this changed to x plus 2 into x minus 2 upon 3x plus 2 into x minus 3. Now we just have to do certain cancellation. So if you see, this 3x plus 2 from the numerator here and this 3x plus 2 from the denominator here will get cancelled. So only terms you're left with is x minus 1 into x plus 2 into x minus 2 in the numerator, and x minus 4, x minus 3, and this x minus 3 in the denominator. Nothing else is getting cancelled. So this will be our final answer. So x minus 1 into x plus 2 into x minus 2 upon x minus 4 into x minus 3 into x minus 3. Let us see the sixth sum. This is a rational algebraic expression, and the question is 4x squared minus 11x plus 6 upon 16x square minus 9. Now if you see the numerator is a quadratic trinomial. So we will solve the numerator by splitting the middle term. And if you see the denominator is of the form a square minus b square. So we'll write 16 and 9, 16x square and 9 in the form of a square minus b square. So if you see 16 is a square of 4 and 9 is a square of 3. So the denominator will change to 4x the whole bracket square minus 3 the whole bracket square. Now if you see the first term of the numerator, it is 4 and the last is 6. So 4 will have to multiply 4 with 6. So 4 multiplied by 6 is 30. 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. Now 24 we have to split into two such numbers that after multiplying we get 24, and after adding or subtracting we should get the middle term. So the middle term is here minus 11. So you see, if you take minus 8 and minus 3, minus 8 multiplied by minus 3 will give you 24, and minus 8 minus 3 will give you minus 11, which is the middle term. So we'll split the middle term in such a way. So 4x squared minus 8x minus 3x plus 6. And the denominator 4x the whole bracket square minus 3 the whole bracket square. So if you see from the numerator, from the first two terms, we'll take 4x common, and inside the bracket will be left with x minus 2. And in the next pair, we'll take minus 3 common, and inside the bracket will be left with x minus 2. In the denominator, we'll use the formula a square minus b square. So this becomes 4x plus 3 into 4x minus 3. Now we'll just rearrange and simplify. So in the numerator, we'll have 4x minus 3 into x minus 2, and in the denominator we'll have 4x plus 3 into 4x minus 3. Now if you see 4x minus 3 from the numerator and 4x minus 3 from the denominator will get cancelled, and finally you will be left with x minus 2 in the numerator and 4x plus 3 in the denominator. So the final answer is x minus 2 upon 4x plus 3.